You know?
Whoa. Using black slang.
The Gambia. Someone almost died there.
Yeah. Getting a boyfriend.
No, I was gonna say getting school captain.
The people watching this video
Exactly.
know. The course people know.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you've seen my face, my name is Alicia.
I'm Khadija, I'm 19 and I study midwifery.
I'm Ofe, I'm 19 and I go to LSE Law School.
Yes. Today's video is about the difference between private and state school because all of us went to private school on a scholarship. So I was asked a few questions on Instagram when I posted a private school versus state school Q&A. So make sure to follow me on Instagram so you can be involved in future Q&A videos.
What a wonderful.
Do you think that private school is safer than state school?
You can still like get drugs and like do all like the bad stuff.
They're
that's
the ones
true.
that do drugs, ketamine.
Yeah.
I think I felt a little bit safer that I could leave my laptop around. And
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then I wouldn't
That's
feel like
why
it was
we
going to
need
get
to have
slapped.
I would
stolen.
never leave my MacBook lying around at my state school. When I was at state schools, I got involved in a few like altercations, I guess you can say, whilst I was there, even though that's not my character at all.
Yeah.
But it's like at private school, I didn't feel like that was going to happen. Having that narrative of saying that, oh, it's 100% safer.
It's problematic.
It's correct though, with drugs, it's true, like we can actually just be transparent. With drugs, that's definitely more of an issue that I noticed at private school. How many fights happen in state school?
Okay, there was some fights, like some girls' wig extension got taken off.
There was a good amount. I mean,
A good amount.
A good amount.
Like-
Definitely more than private school. Like
Definitely,
Yeah, definitely more.
There was even those fights where it's involving other schools and schools come down to watch.
yeah.
Like that was the
That
type
kind
of
stuff.
vibe.
Because we went to a
Yeah.
secondary school, state school, and then we went to
True.
a private sixth school.
Exactly.
That's
We've obviously
actually so
matured and
true.
we've grown older, so like, you're not going to expect people to be fine at 16, like,
Exactly.
16, 17, 18, 19.
Because you over there, you had a fight.
I didn't, that wasn't me.
It was you.
It wasn't me.
He had a fight.
That wasn't me.
Oh my god.
The people watching this video
Exactly.
know. The course people know.
Exactly, they know. So no, fights do happen in both.
Yeah, they happened both.
Yeah.
It's actually true because you're at a different point in your life.
Yeah.
So I feel like the type of people that go to a sixth form anyway, because we're not talking about college, are we?
Yeah.
Are not going to be fighting, like what is there to be fighting about? Exactly. Okay, this is actually a funny one. He said that public school boys have more game. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I went to all girls school, so I can't really know.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
true.
tough.
What do you
I
think?
might as well have gone to an all-girls school. I agree.
I can't comment because obviously I'm dating someone from private school. So what is the main positive difference that you noticed about private school?
Yeah, like, it's more challenging.
That's
And, like because everyone else around you is really smart. You just want to work harder. So that's one thing.
That's true, and that's because the private school that we went to was selective
Yeah.
on who stayed.
Also, because I did like physics, the like resources that they had was so much better. Like when I was in state school, I never like put a circuit together ever. Never.
Oh wow, mine wasn't that bad, but
Yeah,
I know,
but then
I heard
in like
the lack of
in
resources.
sixth form, like we did that all the time, and like we had all of these resources.
That's 100% valid because obviously a private school has more money, so
Yeah,
they will have more
definitely.
resources.
So like you're gonna learn, it's more hands-on, so it's better.
I think it's the people that the teachers know and the people that like the people's parents. So like people's parents are like engineers or
Oh, yeah,
lawyers.
that's so true.
So you've got connections. So like I got even though it was cancelled because of the pandemic, I got an internship to work at Charlotte Tilbury, and that was through a teacher who had connection to the student's
Oh yeah, I
parent.
remember that.
So that's very unlikely to happen in a state school. So I think that was a benefit. And like the people that they brought in to speak, so what it was Stephen Lawrence's brother or something.
Yeah, I
And then,
remember,
like,
that was so good.
And
the
other
forums.
people that they brought in to speak about on the forums.
Yeah.
I think that
Also,
was
yeah,
amazing.
going off that, like at Colves, like they have so many like work experience opportunities, and they'll like, if you're on scholarship, they'll like pay for you. Like I had like 2 opportunities for work experience, and one of them got cancelled because of COVID. And also like I remember my physics teacher, he like knew someone that worked for like Rolls-Royce, and he would always like set up students for like work experience.
But coming off the back of your point about networking, 100%, because one of our best friends, his parents work in property.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely, when I'm a bit older and I'm looking into property investment, that's a great connection right there.
It's about who you know.
It is actually about who you know in this world. That's so true. Even like we're good connections for each other. Like you can deliver my child, you can be my lawyer when I need one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She also said what was the main difference that you noticed that was negative, because I guess people want to know the truth at the end of the day. for me, my experience was sort of ruined towards the end. And like one of the students sort of spread a rumor about me essentially, and up until that point I had the most positive experience ever. It included me in a lot of things. Like imagine I was able to become like school captain, house captain, all these things despite being new, and that can actually happen at any environment. So I won't blame that on private school, but I do feel like sometimes the type of students that go to private school, they're in a little bit of a bubble and they might not necessarily understand the consequences of their actions.
People that are in a bubble, you do get that.
Yeah,
There was not a lot of black people when I had black people.
there's less diversity, it's true.
Oh yeah, that's actually.
And the teachers are like just seeing they're not having that black teacher.
Yeah, that's one thing, but I guess it depends on the area as well.
Yeah, but ours was in Lee.
Yeah,
Imagine that there's no like black teachers in Lee.
Exactly.
How's it gonna be?
If you have an issue at home or something, who are you going to speak to about who's actually going to be able to relate to you? I was having a conversation with one of the teachers at the school. This day and age, being a teacher isn't seen as a desirable thing, whereas it was back in the days. So when you have high achieving black students, like she even looked at me and said, you would make an amazing teacher, but you would not like work hard, go to LSE, to then want to be a teacher. Like, especially if you even think about like, in ethnic households, like you're pushed to be a lawyer, a doctor, like.
But even without that, if you're coming
that.
from a low economic background,
Yeah,
and you've gotten a degree at a good university and you have like you've opened a lot of doors for yourself, then why would you want to become a teacher? Like, we don't have
you wouldn't want
we don't
to.
have that sort of
No, but even
privilege
so we don't have the
be a
privilege
teacher.
to be a teacher.
But
so
even-
it makes sense.
even with-
kind of like be above what our parents were and we're trying to do better. So
Yeah, it's
it makes
true.
sense why there's not a lot of teachers.
Yeah, because that's what's their point.
Yeah,
about.
and if we want private schools to be more diverse, like we have to be making the big
Exactly.
bucks to get our children into there, and then
Yeah.
our children will then have the privilege to say, "Oh, I want to be a teacher."
Yeah, that's true. How do you feel that you got treated differently at a private school compared to when you was at a state school?
There were some times where like conversation, I'm just like, well, it's not that anyone was rude, it's just that like I can't relate to that at all. Like some people talk about, oh, what time of the year do you do like your big holiday? And I was like,
And one teacher that thought he was Mandem and was using black slang. I just act like he was down with the culture. Like you just need to bake a bit.
See, if that you're talking about, I actually liked him, but he did actually.
He was.
do that.
He was
He tried to be down with the kids.
Yeah, but it was just that kind of cringe. You don't need to act like that. Not every black person acts like that. We're not a monolith. Like there's different types of black people. You don't need to.
Things he did it to me. all the
Yeah, I
time,
know.
because-
The best teachers were the ones that can actually talk about issues that's going on in like a safe way. Because bearing in mind, when we was at private school, a lot of stuff was going on politically. There was George Floyd, there was COVID, there was a lot going on. There was Meghan Markle as well. And like dodging these conversations actually creates more of an issue.
There was a lot of students that said something ignorant.
Whereas if you're educating
realising,
about it or having a discussion, because at the end of the day, people will have different views, but we should be able to talk about
actually,
that.
I just thought of something else.
Go on.
Obviously, there's other issues there in private schools in general, but I feel like I never got Islamophobia at Colf, so that was one good thing. I
Good.
feel left out because there's so many other scholarship students.
Yeah,
like
that's
most
true.
of my friends are scholarship students.
So maybe that's important to check. The private school that you're going to, maybe read into their scholarship scheme more. Is it a thing where you will be the only scholar? Because that will be hard. Or will there be 5 others going with you, 10 others going with you? Will there be new people coming into the sixth form? Like those are the type of questions that you could ask. Are there any luxury trips in private school?
There was one that got cancelled because of COVID, but I wouldn't call it like a luxury
What
trip
was it?
because it was to Calais, but it was like a charity thing where you'd go and like aid with like because they have a lot of refugees in Calais.
I think Adventure Day is not luxury, but it was good.
It was really
because I
fun.
never had I never jet skied before
Yeah,
that
me
day.
neither. That was
So that
really
was a
fun.
new experience. Like those drama trips. Like I remember I was going to meet Daenerys Targaryen.
Oh my god, yeah.
Do you remember that?
remember
I
you
was
saying
so
that.
excited.
I don't know how you know.
What did she say?
Who said who is that?
Oh my god.
It's okay. We'll forgive you. You know what it is? Because we went in sixth form. When you go into sixth form, you're focusing on your A levels really and truly. He went on trips every year. You know, like every year.
Oh,
What was it
really?
called?
Idle pursuits.
And where did you go?
So year 7 it was Lake District. Year 8 it was Wales.
That's it.
And year 9 it was just some camping one.
That
I
is
saw you guys went to.
Finishes in year 9.
I saw you guys went to the Gambia.
Yeah.
The fuck
No,
was
you have to pay for that trip.
the Gambia?
Like, I remember someone.
Stuff that went down in the Gambia.
You have to
Someone
budget.
almost died there. You know?
Yeah, they had an allergic reaction.
Yeah.
And there's things like ski trips every year and stuff like that.
I mean, the
Did
thing
you
is-
notice a class difference?
I did actually. Like, I think it's like this driving, like, is the main thing. Like, everyone was
Oh,
driving
yeah.
as soon as they could. Everyone had a car, and obviously, like, I was
Yeah.
still like taking the bus because
We poor. We can't afford
Exactly,
to
no,
drive.
like-
What was your favourite experience at private school? Okay, mine would just be getting. No, it's not really a favourite experience.
Getting a boyfriend.
No, I was gonna say getting school captain. I'm so sorry.
Favorite experience.
Meeting me.
No.
Debatable.
I feel like the adventure day, whatever.
Oh, yeah, the adventure day
That was so much fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Hannah actually said, "How many of our kids do you want to send to private school?"
I said that all my children are private school. All of my children.
What, like from
From what age though? I think?
from age 3, like
Would you actually send your
My
kids to
children are
private
going
school?
to.
That's
My
interesting,
children are going boarding school in Nigeria, so it's gonna be international.
Damn.
we've already talked
Oh,
about
that's gonna be
this,
so
like-
expensive.
I'm
I
married.
know a lot of people that.
Okay,
love
your kids are gonna like.
They're not gonna hate me because
But you're not gonna raise
I want
them.
them.
Think about
But, okay, but you
psychology.
wanna go boarding school yourself?
Avoidant attachment.
No, but I want to live in Nigeria.
They're gonna have a very avoidant attachment style too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
but
psychology.
Yeah, exactly.
Her.
They're not gonna love you.
What about you? Would you send your kids to private school?
Not from like a young age.
I want my kids to have the experience of both, because there's things that you gain from both. Because like I said about how private school kids sometimes are in a bubble and they don't know the real world. Is private school worth the money? Because we actually went there
cost
for
is
free.
expensive, you know.
It's more expensive than
It's a lot
university,
more
just to put it into
It's like
context.
20k a year.
It's like almost twice as expensive.
18k.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Which is twice uni.
Yeah.
Question.
I think for sixth form it is. I think-
Yeah, for sixth form it is like, do you know what? At the end of the day, we actually got opportunities, and I don't think we realised, but we've got given opportunities that people at state school weren't being given as well.
definitely.
Like even just something simple as student investor challenge. I don't think you guys did that.
I did
I
it,
did
but
it.
then I gave
Oh, you
up.
did?
Because I
Oh,
was,
did you do it?
I was doing
Oh.
it, but I dropped to business
Who was in
anyway.
your team?
Yeah, who was in your team?
I think I was on the team. I think me and Polly and you were on the
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
I literally.
I
we actually
ditched
did
them,
alright.
guys. I actually ditched them all.
I'm
So
not-
then I got to the semi-finals.
No, honestly,
so.
good for
Didn't
you
do
because
anything, though.
I literally was just clicking.
You
I
did it
actually
as well.
I didn't know
You
why.
Yeah.
got further than they did.
Yeah, he actually got further
Me,
than
Charlie.
we did. Things like that on your CV is actually good. Do you guys have it on your CV?
No, alright.
Put it on your CV. Do you prefer smaller class sizes in private school or bigger class sizes in state schools?
But sixth form is obviously going to be a bit smaller
Yeah.
because not everyone can do that
Some aren't
subject.
though, because even like, is it? What's that place called where all the Oxbridge kids go through?
Brampton.
Brampton, that's
Brampton
it.
Manor, yeah.
Like Brampton Manor is so massive, and even one other place I applied to as well is so massive. But obviously, when you're applying, you're not thinking about little things like classroom sizes, but it makes a difference. Like think about it, in our economics class, was there not like 9 of us there? My
That's
state
true.
school was 30, 35 people sometimes.
Yeah,
30.
literally.
30
like-
Massive.
Yeah, I think I like the small classes better because, especially if you're doing like a hard subject or like you're struggling, like then you can get like more.
We were all in the same maths class. I just remembered.
Oh yeah, we were.
What, for like a year?
Struggling.
Teachers like actually know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your strengths and weaknesses.
Do you think that the quality of teaching is better at private school? Because do you know what it is like? If you're trying to get down to the root of why private school kids statistically do better, some people will say like, oh, it's because all state school teachers are rubbish.
My
Do you
state
think
school, my
is
state school is
true?
actually really decent, so I can't compare it. Like, I think my state school teachers were probably sometimes better than.
I think.
Yeah, I had good state school teachers
Yeah,
too.
no,
had a
I think
mixture.
I had like some really, really, really good teachers in state school. Like my
Same.
maths teacher, like she was literally the best teacher I've ever had in my life. And then you also have like teachers who aren't good. Yeah, because our maths teacher, Mr. Guy, like he was
He
was
went to the
so
state, and he
good.
went to the state school before that. As well.
Yeah. I had really good teachers at state school as well, so I don't really like that narrative of the quality of teaching is like always better. Like for example, my science teacher literally got me up from a grade 4 to a grade 9, 8
No, see, I never
between
got that.
a
Like,
year or two.
Because if you go to a state school that's like Ofsted rated, outstanding, they're gonna want to employ good
Mine wa-
teachers. They're not gonna employ shit teachers. They're gonna
Thing is,
employ
my
good teachers,
my
which
school
be outstanding.
is that's true, but my school wasn't even Ofsted outstanding. But that said as well, I also had a really rubbish teacher who just taught me the basics of the curriculum.
obviously, private schools have more like successful Oxbridge applicants, but I think it's because they really support you through the process.
Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.